how many of those projects can you handle simultaneously?
Yeah, it's something I'm working with because I try to have 5 paintings going, 3 to 5 all at the same time, and here's why, because if I start the first one and it needs a couple of days of dry time, then
Right.
I could go to the second one the next day, and that needs a couple of days of dry time, then I could go to the third, I'm
Exactly.
rolling it so that by the time I get to the 3rd, 4th, 5th painting, I'm ready to go back and put the next layer on to the first one. So that's my ideal, is to have them like that, but sometimes it just depends on the project. Like some projects are rushed, so I,
Mm.
want to get 3 to 5 in, and then I have the one that's a rush project. I'll wait till it's actually, the minute it's ready for the next layer,
Yeah.
I'll skip the other ones and go back to it, if it's a
Wow.
rush.
Very interesting. And so you'll
Yeah,
find yourself juggling a bunch of different things now, timelines,
that's right.
the ingredients, or I call them ingredients, but like supplies, right?
Yep,
You're running low on the color red or whatever the
that's
case
right.
is. And then you
Mhm,
have your meetings as well, where you have touch points with the client. And then you have potential marketing or sales type
that's right.
conversations. So what are you doing in order to organize your business?
Well, I have some good people behind me, but I also have a good process. I have a social media person part-time. She's worth her
Hmm.
weight in gold, and she helps me. I just send her video and pictures. I don't do anything else, and then, we've gotten to the place where I just trust what she's doing,
Okay.
and she handles all that, which is, a lot. As we all know, it can take a lot of time just in editing.
Yes.
I have we moved my site from Wix to Shopify,
Okay.
and I have a Shopify partner that is, they handled the move. I was right there because as a senior marketer, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
I had
Yes.
to be kind of pretty involved in that. But also, it's very visual. I'm a little different client for them than they're used to. A lot of clients will just be like, yeah, do whatever you want. I wasn't that because,
Mm.
I needed it to be on brand. So they were accommodating of that. And I went, and after they were done, we tried to kind of change a couple of things to make it more feel like me. And I'm trying to, which I haven't accomplished it yet, but my ideal and where I would go with this, which I think you'll find interesting, is trying to mesh two things together, like high-end luxury art, right?
Yeah.
With kind of the grit rock and roll feel. So it's
Oh,
when I think of a brand, I think of, hard rock is an
okay.
example of that. It's the only one I can think of right now. But that's what we want to do in the future because I have these blues musicians that I've painted because I love blues music, and
Okay.
I've been painting them, in this monochromatic style. So it's this dark blue, phthalo blue for those nerds out there, and then white and a little bit of black. And I learned this style from painting next to a tattoo artist who became a fine artist.
Oh,
And I try to paint with different artists that I like their style. And a couple times a year, just side by side, so we can share our process. Some people are open to that. Some people are like, no way, I'm not sharing my process.
oh,
I
come
don't feel
on.
that
Yeah.
way because I feel like even if I like, teach you everything I know, you're
Yeah.
never going to paint it the same. So,
Exactly.
yeah. So I don't have that ownership over it. I think, we both gain from what we're doing there. And he taught me a lot. And that's when I came up with that style. And they pretty much sell as soon as I paint them. So
Oh, right.
yeah.
Okay. So
And
so
it's
are you recording yourself painting the whole thing?